Just a brief overview of PartsPal and what PartsPal does. PartsPal essentially is an online parts catalog management system. Now, whether that's for managing your own internal catalog or managing catalogs from various suppliers, it's a solution that works for both of those situations. So firstly, PartsPal integrates with our two databases at Partly. One of those is a big database of vehicles and vehicle details, hundreds of thousands of engine codes and transmissions and years, makes, models, trim levels, all of that in one big vehicle database. The other is a big database of parts, over 50 million parts in that database. And the database has all of the linking and compatibility, cross-references, interchange, categories, all of those sorts of things. So PartsPal allows you to first access a lot of auto parts data, or manage your own catalog of data within the software. Now, secondly, PartsPal allows you to actually put that data, put those parts with the Fitment compatibility, with the filtering systems onto a Shopify website, or to translate that inventory onto marketplaces such as eBay. So in this demo, we'll showcase what the outcome here is, essentially having all of the Fitment filtering systems on a live website and pushing across to marketplaces such as eBay. But we'll also dive in a bit more detail into how this actually works within the software. We won't go into too much detail, but hopefully it's a good overview to get started on. So the end result here is essentially having a vehicle selector generally. We click go, takes us to the list of categories that are relevant to this particular vehicle. We then click on the next category, and that's going to load us all of the parts that fit. All of the fitment is then loaded in, and additional questions are asked on that product page in order to determine whether the part actually fits. A lot of the time people will have some kind of file with data in that can be a CSV file or an XML file or an XLS file, whatever it is. PartsPal allows you to input data into the system and match it against a global catalog. So the things that you have to have in your file is the part number, the brand and SKU. And the reason for that is when your products are imported in, PartsPal intelligently searches the database for the part number and brand combination, and when it finds a match, it adds all of the fitment data, all of the interchange data, all of the additional part data. What it doesn't do is it doesn't add the pricing information, the stock information, all those sorts of things. It's purely all around the parts data and fitment data. So let me just show you this. So I've got my file here. I'm going into the PartsPal software. I'm clicking on uploads. This is an empty account, obviously. We're going to click on add a name here. We're going to add a name here. My first upload. Import type, there's a number of import types, whether you're importing in products, fitment files, interchange files, or stock files. In this particular case, we're going to import in a product file. We're going to import in PartsPal products. I'm going to click next. Going to load in the file, which is this file here that looks like this. Click next, it's going to validate it. Going to click next again and click import file. Cool. Right, we can see in the background here that this file is processing, it's completed its process, and it'll start importing into our inventory. Cool, so they've just come into my inventory here, and you can see that these products match with my file. So let's find this first SKU is a disc brake rotor. It's matched the image from the file, it's got the price there, the part number, and the most important thing here is you can see that it's automatically linked the part with the catalog. We know that because the status is complete. So it's found this particular part in the Global Auto Parts catalog and automatically enriched the inventory with all of this fitment data. We can click on this edit catalog part to view some more details around this. So it's automatically figured out that this part is a disc brake rotor, it fits all of these vehicles, it's got cross-references and all of these sorts of things already automatically loaded in there. And if we click on this and then update our sales channels, we can publish this across to our website. In other cases, we can put it across to eBay and other things like that. In this particular demo, we're just going to show the Shopify site. That's already been published across to Shopify now. So let's go take a look at it. So we'll just show how this works. So a Audi 100 1994, put in 1994 here. Select Audi and then check 100. Now for this particular part, because it's a disc brake rotor, the fitment data is going to require additional information in order to determine whether the part actually fits the specific vehicle configuration or not. So here we can either enter in the engine designation, we can enter in the fuel type or the drive type. Me as a user, I know that my car is a petrol version, so I'm going to select that. I know it's a front wheel drive, so I'll select that. And I know that the engine base is a 2 litre. Now in this particular case, it did not fit this vehicle, but if we selected a different engine base as an example, maybe the 2.6, there it does fit. And if we hover over this, it says that this part fits this exact vehicle configuration. So this is what we call vehicle config fitment. Essentially, the way it works is rather than just relying on the year, make, model, which is not the most accurate way of determining fitment for a specific auto part, our system will actually dynamically ask the correct next question about the customer's vehicle in order to actually determine whether the part will actually fit or